All right, guys. Greg Farley here from Team Wiseguys with another tutorial video here with you, with this guy here. Team Wiseguys. Busted.
We're coming live from Collector's Cash, the Wiseguys. Shout out to the clean Obi-Wan Kenobi jersey on. You see it.
Who we got here?
Get yours. We got the man himself.
Nuts
What's
on
your
your
name,
head.
I
sir?
am Ian Boyle, aka Kenobi.
Kenobi. It's on the back of his jersey.
Boil these
Get
nuts
yours
on
in
your
store.
head.
And this is also Kaiba.
Seto Kaiba, baby.
Shout out to Mokuba.
Young Mokuba. He lost today.
That's his son, low-key.
He wanted to do a Kaiba. Look at him. You see that shadow rum in his eyes?
All right, let's jump into this combo. It's channeling your inner Yuya.
It is.
It's channeling your inner Yuya. So if you love you some Yuya,
Dragon Shrine.
and I see a dragon shrine, this made Kaiba behind me very happy. And we got Sky Iris, and we got Master Cerberus. But let's get into this combo.
Yep, so we are playing 45 card Odd Eyes in this one. You can tell by the Sky Iris doing this a little bit differently. I wanted to show that Odd Eyes is just as good as any other Pendulum deck. And so I tried to set up a combo tutorial for you guys just to show that we could build a board just like anybody else with Vortex Dragon, Nightmare Griffin, Firewall Dragon, and then another form of negation depending on, where we're at near the end and we Pendulum summon. So we can just get right into it. We had our 3 cards set up, and then we'll just go ahead and draw any 2 random cards that we can do this with. So it's pretty good. The point of the combo is you have Sky Iris. It is a Magispector. See, because now we use Chronograph for all of our, Electromite Turbo engines, so you need to have a balance between cards that are turbo cards, like Master Cerberus, and cards that are plus cards, like the Magispectors. Dragon Shrine is probably the best card to start off with because Darkworm doubles if it's both. Not only is it a turbo card, but it's also a plus card. So you want to constantly be refueling your hand in order to maximize your ability to get the 3rd Electromite and execute the game plan before you Pendulum summon.
All right, let's
so
jump
with
straight
this, it's
into
going to
it.
go right into it. First of all, you're going to play Sky Iris. Let your opponent know you're playing Odd Eyes because they're going to be thinking that this is just a casual matchup. They're going to not expect that you're about to body them in the worst way possible. You drop your Dragon Shrine, and unless they're going to Ash Blossom you, they're going to get the Dark Worm in the grave, and he's going to summon himself. And of course, that'll immediately add
Or Ash that.
negate 0 to your hand. So unless you're seeing Ash, it's not going to be a problem.
Bro.
Next, you're going to scale your Cerberus and go through the motions of the Mythical Beast engine, popping to add a Jackal King. It's really nice that we have another one already in the hand because that makes it easier. Probably have Jackal being the negation that we use at the end as the 2nd layer of negation in the deck.
So nobody plays Ghost Ogre.
Right? Scale the Jackal, pop to special summon, and we're ready to start. Go ahead and make your first Electromite. An Electromite, Electromite's the make or break. Nobody plays Ghost Ogre anymore because everybody tells everybody to stop playing Ghost Ogre. It's a bad card. Keep telling everybody that, please, so that I can keep doing this. It just makes my life so much easier when I don't got to worry about like the one card that stops my combos really hard.
Impermanence.
But now you got to decide what you're going to be sending. And that's the key for the engine. You got to start off with Chronograph Sorcerer as the first thing that you send every time. And with the Chronograph in the face-up extra deck, you're going to be able to make your plays happen. So now we're going to scale the Supreme Keaton Gate 0. You want him first because you want to stack up 2 level 7 monsters for the Pendulum summon to make the Vortex at the end. Use the Electromite effect to pop this guy. Add the Chronograph. Chain the Chronograph's effect to special summon. Chain Link 2, Chain Link 1, you get him, and then draw your card, and Buku's effect's going to go off as well.
We're going to make a timeout real quick. If somebody's stupid enough to Veiler or Bunbuku, that's when you look at them for about 10 seconds, and you go right back to what you were doing.
After you say Tecma.
Now you search your deck, and you're going to be adding Nekomata.
So
this is the combo. You do Raccoon to Cat, because when you Cat at the end, you're able to create a condition to add another card back into your hand, and that's going to be a 2nd Raccoon.
Shout out to Magispector Scarm.
Busted. Win condition.
All right. Now you got these cards in your hand, and you're ready to go off into your 2nd Electromite.
So you're going into a second Electromite here.
Electromite number 2, all part of the game plan. Now off this second Electromite, you need to think. This is Odd Eyes, so you can't play it like everybody else plays Pendulum. You got to know what you're going to do before you go. And in this case, the second card you're going to try to send, basically because you have Persona Dragon in your hand, is that you're going to send this bad boy, Rescue Hamster. You only ever run him at 1 because you never want to draw into him. You want to send him off Electromite's effect every single time.
What's he doing, Grave?
It's not what he does in Grave that matters. We're gonna see in just a second what he does. So we're gonna scale our Odd Eyes, and we're going ahead and pop the Odd Eyes to add back that hamster.
So Persona Dragon pops and stuff. A lot of people don't know what any of the Odd Eyes do, so
we'll talk about Persona Dragon in a second. But basically, what he does is he's a free negate against extra deck monsters. So you can use him to negate Kagari. You can use him. Can you guys please stop?
Hey, don't be swinging on the kids.
But yeah, so I gotta teach my son manners, okay? I gotta teach my son manners.
Raise that young man right.
Raise him.
Wait, he's your son?
He is my Yu-Gi-Oh son.
It's my little brother.
So now you still haven't used your normal summon. That's what you're gonna use Rescue Hamster for. You normal summon him. His effect allows him to choose a monster from the extra deck that's level 5 or lower and summon out 2 copies of it as long as it's a Pendulum monster. We're using that to get 2 more Persona Dragons. That's gonna be the fuel to the fire. For the third Electromite. Third Electromite comes out, and at this point, really, truly, you have everything that you need in the extra deck for what you're doing.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the... Okay, let me go. I don't know what he's speaking in tongues.
It doesn't matter what you send at this point in time. It really doesn't. You're just going to send like Magical Abductor. No big deal. No whammies.
Let me get a busted, Tim.
Busted.
Now what you really need
is a sphere mode.
Is your last scale. You need the high scale.
You need the rock
for what you're doing. So you scale your you scale your last Jackal King that you had. You can use it with basically anything, but you're gonna pop it with the Sky Iris. And the Sky Iris is going to be used to just search your high scale in the deck, which is Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. Aside from Chronograph, he's the only high scale that you've got in the deck, and he is the one that you use when you're Pendulum summoning.
It's kind of hard. You got some glare in here. Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. Nuts on your head. Get these out. Get those yellow balls out of here.
All right, so a card and scale was destroyed. So you're gonna get your Electromite draw. I didn't do that already, did I? It's hard to tell because you guys keep thinking. All right, so you drew. You drew. Didn't really matter what you drew. You drew Abductor, so that's gonna be cool because there'll be a scale in hand. You still have one more thing you got to do, and that is set a scale to pop with Electromite because you need your last Electromite draw. You're gonna use Hamster again.
You got it.
The reason you're gonna do that is because Hamster's other effect is in scale. Once per game. You banish him, and you get to choose 2 monsters with the same name as scale or level, and put them back in your hand. You always choose the Persona Dragons, because you're going to scale 1 Persona Dragon and the Arc Dragon, and you need the last Persona Dragon in your hand for
a 1 and an 8.
A 1 and an 8. Now you're ready to go into your Firewall.
So 2 Electromites in the Firewall. Drum roll.
You know what? I was supposed to send something else, but you guys keep interrupting my train of thought.
Go ahead.
By dicking me.
Take your time.
So
focus. We're recording.
I mean, I needed to send
We're live, baby.
a level 7
Shadow Realm
instead of an Abductor. I would have remembered that.
We just misplayed.
It wasn't a misplay. I got people dicking with me every 15 seconds.
We got this guy.
Right now, I play a hot garbage, boy. Forget some stuff.
So now you're ready for the Firewall.
Yeah, it's because the only reason that it's not busted there is because I actually have 3 on
You got your Firewall.
This is where the shenanigans.
So that was from what?
set up all this board.
That was from your 2 Heavy Metal Foes Electromite.
Okay.
So you got on there, link 4, 2+. You got what you need. You're ready to Pendulum summon. So you got 3 zones for extra deck monsters.
That's 1. 2, 3.
So you got to get your 2 level 7s
That's really good.
John Key,
and gate 0.
Oh my god.
gate 0. Uh-oh, I see an absolute coming.
10 minutes in.
And then it doesn't really matter here. The persona will be fine because you're going to overlay, go into the absolute, then you're going to link up. For the Nightmare Griffin, at this point, Odd Eye's Absolute Dragon effect activates in grave. When it goes to the grave, it allows you to special summon an Odd Eyes from the extra deck. You choose your Vortex Dragon, which is the boss monster of the deck. Great card. And then because a monster left the zone next to Firewall, you get to special summon again a monster from your hand. At this point, with this, it doesn't matter. You know, Griffin is negating all special summon monsters at this point anyway, so the Persona Dragon is
insurance policy.
You know, he's your insurance policy. If somehow they out Nightmare Griffin with like a kaiju, you've still got this 1 extra negate. And so you've got your board here now is looking pretty much set.
This your end
You've
board?
got, yeah. You got the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, Nightmare Griffin, Firewall Dragon, and Odd Eyes Persona Dragon.
And for those that don't know, he again, I'm just repeating what he said. It targets from the extra, anything from the extra deck gets negated until the end of the turn. It's a quick effect.
Wow.
So that plus that plus that plus
You got
that.
the bounce, the bounce floodgate, and then 2 layers of negation. This one's an
And
Omni
what would you
negate.
say with that exactly?
You can. At this point, you have only 1 card to use. You could discard the Nekomata to set the Dragon Shrine, but in this case, I don't think that that's worthwhile. So I just hold on to this as a resource in hand.
So all monsters on board are live right now.
Yeah, all monsters on board are live. They're all linked, and everybody's ready to crush it.
Hold on. So you really can't. Hold on. So you can't. There's not too much that can out this board.
Not only that, but the Sky Iris is still spreading. Yeah, with the Sphere Mode, obviously. But if you're running that in the main, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
What are you doing with your life if you're running? Unless you're Merrick, you're Kaiba, sir. You're not Merrick.
Hey.
I mean, I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, Kaiba. But in the side deck, go ahead.
Ooh, saucing.
Lava goat.
He's saucing.
Lava goat.
He's saucing. Dab on them folks, Armin. Dab on them folks. Dab on them folks. Busted. Hey, this right here?
Yeah, I cut the grass.
I cut the grass. This is Greg Farley from the Wise Guys. I'm here with Kenobi, aka Ian, aka Kenobi from the Wise Guys, and we're signing out. YG, baby.
Seto Kaiba.
Ya que tú sabes, el hermano.